Hello, Phil here from Phil's Woodworking. How you doing? This video is going to be all about an introduction to me and to my woodworking. To start off with, my previous two posts about the bowl that I made with the pencils and milliput and elm bowl, I noticed I made a mistake, probably a novice mistake. I've stopped the recording before I should have done and thought it was still recording and didn't show you the bowl at the end. Okay, I've got the bowl here and this is what it looks like when it was finished. Hope you can see that's the bottom, obviously, the tenon still on there as a foot, and then we've got the outside with the pencils, the black milliput and the nice elm smooth finish. The finish was done with Yorkshire grit and then with wax 22 on the top. It's lovely. I think it's lovely anyway. Whether anyone else does, it's up to them. Okay. Introduction to me. As I said, I'm Phil. I started wood turning about a year ago. Complete novice. The only time I did any wood turning before that was when I was at school. Haven't done any since. When I left school though, I went into engineering, so I was in engineering for 19 years I believe. Got made redundant a couple of times from engineering companies and then took a career path driving buses for a living. I've been doing that for 14 years. Within them 14 years I realised that I did actually miss making things, as in engineering or woodworking or anything like that. And last year my wife, this time last year exactly, near enough, decided that she wanted to do a hobby, and so she went on some evening courses to do stained glass making, which she absolutely thoroughly enjoyed. While she'd done that, she asked me what I wanted to do, and I said I'd love to take up wood turning. I had an old lathe in here which I bought quite a long while ago and never really got used because I couldn't use this space. It was just full of all gardening equipment and rubbish that we kept and didn't really need, like any other shed. So we made a big plan. We got rid of all the rubbish out of here. My wife is using her summer house as her sort of workshop, studio type place where she does her glass cutting. So then I've done all the benches, cleared this out and the benches, and I will show you a little workshop tour of my little workshop. And I then managed to get my lathe working with the standard tools that came with the machine, which weren't high-speed steel tools at all. They were pretty rubbish, to be quite honest. And I made a really little bowl which I can't show you at the moment, unfortunately, but it wasn't very big at all, but to me it was the best thing I'd ever done when I'd done that. And from then on I've made loads of pencils for people, pen boxes for people, and I've made a number of things. Tea light holders, and this is my latest creation, the bowl that I did in the last two videos, and I'm really proud of making this. I'm really happy with it. It was excellent. It felt really good to make it. So that's me. In the future I'm hopefully going to be making a lot of other things. I've got a few projects that I need to be doing that people have asked me to do, or ones I've just made up for myself. So hopefully in the future with a few more videos you'll be able to watch quite a few of them. Another thing that I'm really interested in getting on with, because I have a scroll saw which I got for Christmas, or I think it was Christmas or my birthday before Christmas, is Intarsia. And this looks absolutely fantastic. Some of the things you can do with a scroll saw and a bit of sanding to make is fantastic. So when the weather in England starts getting warmer, I'll be sitting down and making a few of those, and hopefully that will turn into a nice little video project. So, my workshop tour. It's a massive place, this is absolutely massive. It's going to take ages to do this. Okay, so for starters, we have, let's get this right, we have my toolbox full of my tools, and ideally, eventually, when I've cleared this out, these are all going to be on the wall, I hope. So I've got a bit more space over here because it is looking a bit untidy at the moment, so I need to tidy up a little bit. Okay, my hand plane. This is a Silverline hand plane. Very cheap, not a really expensive one, very cheap from a certain tool company. And I have a product that I got bought for my Christmas present, and in the next video I will be showing that, which has made this into a better plane than what it was to start with. And I'm really proud of that product, and thank you for who bought it for my birthday or Christmas present. I believe it was my Christmas present. Okay, down in my bench I have my router. I'm really sorry for all this mess. I haven't been in here for a couple of days since I had done the last video, and I haven't tidied it up. Very, very naughty of me. I should be doing that. So there's my router. Homemade fence. I might have got that in the wrong place. There you go. Works fairly well. It's got a router attached to the underneath. The only problem with it is the height adjustment is a bit fiddly, but you never know, eventually might get that changed. Next item is my thicknesser planer, which I have there. A cheap version from another tool company, as you can probably tell by the name on the side. Works okay, not bad, but could be better. Okay, and this is my latest purchase, which I'm very, very, very happy with. I've just got to move the fan heater because it will obstruct everything. I've got the fan heater in here. I'm not doing any woodwork, so it's not going to do much work. It's just to keep me a bit warmer while it's really, really cold outside. And this I purchased with Christmas money. Is my Axminster Hobby Series variable speed lathe, and this has improved my wood turning, and I have to admit I've only made a couple of pens on this and the bowl, and just in those three items that I've made on here, it's made a hell of a difference. I've got some machine wax on order to keep the bed a bit more lubricated. It's got a couple of rust spots on it which need to be sorted, unfortunately. Over in the boxes are sandpaper, pen blanks, super glue for me, CA glue for me pens. Up the top is my pen mandrels, router bits and the pencils, and a few other little odds and sods. And down here I've got my pillar drill, which is round the other way, and I have my so-called grinding station. And this is my sharpening jig for, I wonder if I can see that. If you can see that, that's my sharpening jig I bought for sharpening all my gouges for the lathe. You see down there, and that has really improved my sharpening skills on a bowl gauge and gouge, sorry, not gauge, gouge, and everything else. So I'm really pleased with that. And then under here we've just got my box of drills on it, unfortunately, and that we can move for a second. And I got my table saw. Not a brilliant table saw, very cheap to be quite honest, 4A table saw, but it does the job for me. That's the main thing. And then my dust extractor, remote control. Okay, and we've got a bit of wood storage in the corner, if we can see. I'm sorry about this videoing, but it's done on my phone. I'm not really kitted out at the moment to do proper filming on anything else apart from my phone. That's about it, guys. I hope that was a quick introduction to my workshop and to me. Like I say, my further projects I hope will get posted up fairly quickly, and good night for tonight, and hopefully see you in the next video. Bye bye.